Making games on Roblox is so easy, and this isn't a lie, this is just absolute truth. All you have to do is open Studio and you are automatically blessed with the ability to code and understand what functions do and what remote events do and what module scripts do, and I still don't know what that stuff does. No, I lied. Roblox Studio is the worst thing to ever exist, and it makes me want to drive my car into the moon and watch as the earth explodes.
Natural disaster survival?
That's what I used to think, at least. Until recently, I hit a small breakthrough, and Roblox Studio has never been easier to learn. I took on this project that I've been wanting to work on for I don't know, since I was born. And in this video, I'm going to show you my progress so far. But first off, let me explain to you what my game is going to be about. Have you ever played those creature collecting games or like Pokemon Brick Bronze? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do. Of course, I won't be having anything Pokemon affiliated due to copyright reasons, which would result in my game being taken down by Roblox. I actually did a Pokemon styled game before from this uncopyblock game I found. I just changed all the assets to Pokemon theme, remade the map, and within the first week made 15,000 Robux. And then the game, of course, got deleted after 20,000 visits. Awesome, so backstory explained. Let's get back into the devlog. Day 1 through 3, I made a part that would allow players to walk in it and reveal a proximity prompt, which would later on spawn a creature for the player to battle. I also made an inventory system, so when the players interacted with said proximity prompt, they would receive a random pet. And this took insanely long to make. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys like the brain rot clips or not, like just the sped up memes or not, but I'm gonna keep posting them because I gotta keep you guys entertained because your attention spans are crap, so sorry, but not really sorry. I was trying to handle jumping back and forth between module scripts, server scripts, and local scripts until I finally just figured out that I just needed a server script to fire an event, which would be received by a local script to update all the visuals of the GUI and allow selecting and deselecting a specific pet. And that essentially covers the base mechanics of the pet system and grass system. Day 4, I spend a few hours working on making a GUI for inventory, settings, shop, and other stuff that I have not finished and I simply just made for looks. I used a free toolbox model. Okay, yeah, just hear me out, To learn twinning for the GUI, I used a toolbox model and loosely based my scripts on those. However, this taught me so much about twinning, so I say it was well worth it. There isn't anything wrong with taking something out of the toolbox, just make sure you're learning from said object and studying the scripts. Yeah, don't listen to me, I really don't know what I'm talking about. Also, on day 4, I decided that placing individual grass parts for players to interact in would end up limiting the game's discovering experience. What I mean by this is players would learn the locations of all these grass encounter parts and just sit there and spam the proximity prompt until they get the pet they want. What I did to fix this was create zones that would spawn these new and improved encounter parts in random position. I used an attribute to each zone that would be used for the maximum amount of encounter parts which can spawn. Then it would cycle through every part or zone until it was full. This essentially concludes day 4 and I finally got some rest. Alright, so day 6 through, I'm not gonna say the other one, okay? The final days. I got a exclamation mark from the toolbox and I decided I was going to have this as my main indicator that you've encountered the creature when you touch the encounter part. What I did on day 6 was mostly just tweening. So on the last day, and no, I'm not gonna say the number, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not enabling you guys, okay? This is for your own good. I polished this up with some camera locking. I removed the player's speed to ensure that the total focus was on the exclamation mark, and I added 3 little dings for each shake of the exclamation mark's butt. But then I did something even crazier, and it's not really that crazy. It's just a GUI that looks really sick, and it prints the name of the creature you encountered and then some random text. It makes this really satisfying sound when it types. Yeah, that's basically it. So that concludes my week of progression on this game, and it might not be a lot, but it also helped me work out a few kinks in the whole process. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and it would truly mean so much if you subscribed and joined the Discord in the description to check out my progress and get updates before I make another devlog video. Speaking of devlog videos, if you guys want me to make another one, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.